Today, we are going to start discussing passive. Passive. And remember, passive depends on the tenses. First of all, you have to understand the tenses. And I'm happy we have done the tenses. So today, we're going to look at the passive of a tense. But before we look at the passive of a tense, I want us to take a small preview. I want us to do a preview about some few tenses, of course. We're going to have some tenses here. I'm going to now write down the tenses here. A few of them, of course, for our illustration purposes only. Now, I hope you can see my whiteboard there. Can you see my board?
Yeah.
Now, we're going to look at the first tense. There's a tense that we know, of course, it's called the present continuous. Is the present continuous. Is the present continuous. Present continuous tense. This present continuous tense is about something that is happening now at the time of speaking. Like now I'm teaching. Abdallah is listening. Shukri is watching. Yasin is waiting. So present continuous is always of the form maybe is, are, am, plus ing. So I'm going to use an example of someone, or maybe someone like Yasin. So Yasin is cooking food. Yasin is cooking food. That is present continuous tense. Okay. Another tense that we want us to see is simple past. Simple past tells me what happened, not now. These are things that finished before now. If I use the same Yasin is cooking food, I will say Yasin cooked. Yasin cooked food. That is simple past. Yasin cooked food. Another tense I want us to go through is a simple present. Simple present tense. You know, simple present tense or present simple tense tells people about what happens every day. You know, things that happen like today, tomorrow. These are things that happen repeatedly. These are things that go on not only today, but they happen every day, like sleep. You sleep today, even tomorrow you sleep, even food also you eat today, also eat tomorrow, also eat next week. These are things that are like they are permanent because they go on until you die. So these things that happen habitually, repeatedly, they are what we call the present simple. You can say Yasin goes to school, Yasin goes to work, you know, it's not only today, but every other day. So again, if it is cooking food, so you'll say Yasin cooks. Yeah, Yasin cooks. Yeah, Yasin actually cooks food in our house. Yeah, she's the one who cooks. Even Shukri, she's the one who cooks. Yeah, Shukri cooks. Why cooks? Not now, but every day. That's what she does. That's called the present simple tense. Another tense again is called the present perfect. This we have done. Present perfect. This was unit 17 there, around there, 15. Now, present perfect looks at the situation now. You see, it's present. It looks at the situation now and say, how is it? Is it complete or is it not complete? So if I want to ask, for example, Abdallah, if the food is in his stomach, I'll ask him, Abdallah, have you eaten? You see? And Abdallah will tell me, yes, 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 I have eaten. So it means as I'm talking now, the situation is complete. I have eaten means as I'm talking now, that action is complete. Remember, it can be complete or not complete. If it is not complete, you'll say, I haven't eaten. Has Abdurrahman come? You say, let me see. Oh, no. He hasn't come. But if he has come, you'll say, yes, he has come. Yasin, where is my cake? You say, oh, I have brought. It's here. I have brought. That means as I'm talking now, the cake is here. Where is Abdullah? Oh, Abdullah has not come. Has not come. That means as I'm talking now, Abdullah is not here. Abdullah is not here. So now Yasin, where is the food? Where is food? I'm hungry. Yasin say, I have cooked. So you now say Yasin has, present perfect, you use has or have at the participle. So Yasin has what? Yasin has cooked. Yasin has cooked food. Yeah, Yasin has cooked food. So I call these now the 4 tenses that I want us to focus on today. Yasin is cooking food. Yasin cooked food. Yasin cooks food every day, of course. Yasin has cooked food. So let's go and eat. So as I'm talking now, it's ready. It's there waiting for us here. He has cooked. Yasin has cooked food. Before I move, let me confirm whether we are together. Maybe Yasin has gone to bed. Maybe Abdallah is watching something, a movie. Maybe Shukri is cooking. I don't know. Are we together?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Very good. Now, because our topic today is passive, first of all, before you go to passive sentences, I want to show you something called active sentences. Because only then, for you to understand passive, you need to understand active. Because opposite of active is passive. But first of all, what is active? Active means doing. If someone is active, this person is an active person. He plays football, he goes there, he works. But someone who is passive means quiet, silent, not doing anything, passive. So in English, we have 2 types of sentences also. We can have an active sentence and we can also have a passive sentence. So what is an active sentence? What is a passive sentence? Before I go there, just in a second, I need to tell you the parts of a sentence first. In a sentence like this, Yasin is cooking food. We have 3 parts here. Yasin is the one that is actually doing the action. So Yasin here is my subject. Yasin is my subject. The first one is always the subject. Whether it is working or not working, Yasin is my subject. Is cooking here, is cooking is my verb. And then food is my object. Are we together? So Yasin is my subject. Is cooking is the verb because it is the action, it is the doing word. Food is the object. So when you say Yasin is cooking food, you realize that if I ask a question, who is cooking food? Who is doing this work? Someone will say it's Yasin. So now, Yasin now, who is now my subject? Is the one doing the action because Yasin is cooking food. So Yasin is the one that is doing the action. I call Yasin the doer, the one doing the action. So a sentence where the subject is the one doing the action is actually called active sentence. Yes. So an active sentence, look at the subject. Ask yourself, is he doing the action or what is it happening? Like now, Yasin is cooking. And who is Yasin? Yasin is my subject. And he's the one that is doing the action of cooking. So we call this sentence active sentence. You get that point? Now, what is food? Food is the object. An object does not do anything. It receives the action. Yasin is cooking food. So food in this case is an object because it is receiving the action. But sometimes you might want to reverse the order, where I will make my food to become the subject. Yes. Remember, my object can also be changed to become the subject. When I do that, something is going to happen. Let me see. Yasin is cooking food. So I want to bring my subject, which is now Yasin, and is cooking and food, to a different sentence. So I'm going to look at my object. My object is food. This food is my object. So this object, which is food, I want to make this one to become the subject. So what do? I start with food. And I write like that. Food. Now, if I'm going to write and make a big mistake like some people will do in the exam sometimes, they'll write like, food is cooking Yasin. Food is cooking Yasin. People will run away. If you're on the 5th floor of a building or 10th floor of a building, you can easily jump through the window. Why? How can food cook Yasin? Is it possible that food can come and catch Yasin and cook him? Because when you say food is cooking Yasin, it's like food is cooking that guy. How is it possible? Is it logical? It's not logical. So we have completed the first step only. Food has come now first. Now food is my subject now. But the sentence is not logical. That means I am yet to make some changes. So the change is here. Is cooking here is not the real act because food is not cooking Yasin. So what do? We now change this to passive. And this is the rule. Every tense that we are going to learn, whether present continuous, whether simple past, whether simple present, whether present perfect, and others will come and see later, have their own way of writing the passive. For example, present continuous. Present continuous passive, this is the rule. Okay? The rule, you can put is, you can put are, you can put am, just like the normal way of present continuous is reading, are reading, plus being, plus the past participle of that verb, plus the past participle of that verb, past participle, past participle. So that is it. That is it. That is it. That is it. Okay. So that is the rule for passive. That is the rule for passive. That is my rule of the passive. So that instead of saying food is cooking Yasin, I'll say food. Now is going to remain because you know food is not plural. Food is always is, not are. We don't count food. So food is. So I'm going to take is. I will not take are. I will not take am. So you say food is now being. Food is being. And then past participle of cook is cooked. So food is being cooked. If I want to give the person doing the action in passive, you put the word by. Now that sentence is now complete. Food is being cooked by Yasin. So if someone says, I'm in a hurry, I want to go, you say, oh, please wait, let me check the food first. You go, you look at the food and you say, okay, don't be in a hurry. Yeah, food is being cooked by Yasin. Yeah, food is being cooked. We are being taught. If someone calls you and say, let's go for lunch now or for dinner, you tell them, no, wait. We are being taught. We are being taught. So this thing of being is actually for present continuous. That shows that it's happening now. So don't forget this rule. This is the rule for passive, for present continuous. You will realize that passive is a very important topic because it is used a lot in reporting, especially journalists. If you watch the news, even like now, a lot of things that the journalists normally say, they use passive because sometimes they don't know the doer of the action. So you'll hear 4 people have been killed. Something have been, but something has been, something is been, you know that? Yes, so we'll see that later, don't worry. So food is being cooked by Yasin. And when I say by Yasin, it's not very important. Passive, you report the action. So you say food is being cooked. Whoever is cooking, it is not necessary. You report the action and say food is being cooked. Now, let us now go to simple past. Yasin cooked food. Yeah, Yasin cooked food yesterday, maybe. So again, the rule for passive is this. For simple past, we use was. For plural, we say were. Of course, plus past participle. Past participle, let me call it PP, so that it does not finish my time writing. So now, Yasin cooked food is going to be food. It's going to be food. Now, because food is singular, I use was. Yeah, so food was cooked. Participle of cook, cooked. So food was cooked. Yeah, food was cooked. Yeah. If I want the person who did the action, I will say by who? By that guy called Yasin. Yeah, food was cooked by Yasin. Yeah. And that is why when you meet many people, they always confuse. They think past tense of everything is was. They say, oh, excuse me, I came yesterday, I was come, I was it, I was see, I was so, I was. They think was is the past tense of everything. It is because they hear some people saying was, and they think was is the past tense of everything. No, was is the past tense of only is and am. But in passive, all simple past passive, you put was or were. That's where the confusion normally comes actually. So Yasin cooked food, you say food was cooked. Food was cooked. By, of course, if you want the person who did it, you can say by Yasin, but not very important. Simple present, Yasin cooks food. Yasin cooks. So simple present, we normally use am, is, are. Only that and the past participle. So if it is, for example, Yasin cooked food, it's going to be food. Food is cooked. Is because food is, if food is cooked every day. Yeah, food is cooked. Food is cooked, of course, by Yasin. Yes. Yeah, food is cooked by Yasin every day. If I ask you who cooks food in your place, you say, yeah, the food is cooked by the lady. Yeah, the food is cooked by that lady. Okay. This room is cleaned every day. This room is cleaned. You and the person who cleans, not important, but so long as you get the information that this room is cleaned every day. By who? I even don't know. Okay, by someone called, I don't know, Mahatma. Next, present perfect, like Yasin has gone, we have eaten, she has called. So the rule for passive for this one, we normally use have or has for singular, plus, look, been. Don't confuse being and been. Been, and then of course, plus past participle. So instead of saying Yasin has cooked food, you can now make it passive and say food. Sorry. Food. Food is singular. So food has what? Yeah, food has been cooked. Don't go. Yeah, the food has been cooked. Yeah, the food has been cooked. The food has been cooked. The food has been cooked. Let me give another example. Let me see whether we are on the right track. Shukri. Shukri.
Yes, teacher.
No. Example only. Shukri has called. Shukri has called Abdallah. No, Abdallah is very long. Abdi. Shukri has called Abdi. So you see, my subject is Shukri because it is the beginning one. My question is this sentence active or passive? Shukri has called Abdi. It is passive. It is active because the doer, the one doing the action, is Shukri, and Shukri is my subject. So I want to make now this one passive. So how do I make passive? I'm going to start with Abdi. Will I say Abdi has called Shukri? No, it will be wrong because Shukri is the one that called Abdi. So I'll say Abdi. So has been called. Why am I saying has been called? Because has called is the present perfect. So Shukri has called Abdi. So you say Abdi has been called. Abdi has been called. If you want to say the person who called her, who called him, sorry, by who? By Shukri. But not necessary to say by Shukri if you want. So Abdi has been called. Yes. Another example. Someone called me. Someone beat Abdallah. Someone beat Abdallah. In tennis, Abdallah plays a lot of tennis. When I say someone beat Abdallah, someone, I don't know that person, beat Abdallah. So this is active because someone is the one who beat Abdallah. So if I make it passive, I'll say, oh, someone has beaten. Let me put someone has beaten Abdallah. Someone has beaten Abdallah. So this is present perfect. You say Abdallah has been beaten. Abdallah has been beaten. Yes, Abdallah has been beaten. I cannot say by because I don't know that person who beat him in tennis. I simply say Abdallah has been beaten. All these words can change, by the way. For example, I can even say again. I can also say the teacher is teaching. The teacher is teaching students. The teacher is teaching students. Present continuous, isn't it? The teacher is teaching students. The teacher is the subject. Is teaching is present continuous. Students is the object. I can make this to become passive. I'll say students. See, students is plural, so I have to use are. So students are, present continuous, I use is, are, or am. So students is plural. So students are being taught. What is the participle of teach? Teaching. Participle of teach is always taught. So students are being taught. Students are being taught. Students are being taught by who? If the person who is teaching them is there, just say it. So by the teacher. Yeah, by the teacher. So by the teacher. Students are being taught by the teacher. Food was cooked. I can say the teacher, sorry. I can say the teacher taught, simple past. The teacher taught the students. The teacher taught the students. So this will be the students. Now remember, simple past we use was or were. So were because the students are plural. So the students were taught. The students were taught. The students were taught. By who? By the teacher. By the teacher. If it is simple present, someone cooks food in my house. Someone cooks food. Someone cooks food. Or someone cleans. Cooks. Someone cleans. Someone cleans my room. You see, someone is there. This one is active because someone is the one that is doing. Cleans the verb. My room is the object. So passive, I will say my room. Remember, this is simple present. So my room is one. So is. So my room is cleaned. Participle of clean is what? Cleaned. Yeah, my room is cleaned. My room is cleaned. Yeah, my room is cleaned every day. My room is cleaned. Monday, Tuesday. So my room is cleaned like that. So that is basically. Can we all look at the book now? I hope you can see the board. Confirm?
Yes.
Very good, very good.
Yes, teacher.
Aye. Unit 21 is done, was done. Was done is the simple past. Is done is the simple past. They begin with the simple past. Look, the office is cleaned every day. The office is cleaned every day. The office was cleaned yesterday. You see? The office is cleaned. The office was cleaned. Compare active and passive. Look, somebody cleans the office every day. This active sentence because my subject here is the one that does the action. Somebody cleans the office. But look at the passive. Passive, you start with the office. This office is now my object. I take my object to start. Now the office was my object. Now it is now by subject here. The office. So it's now you say the office. This one is present simple. So I use the word is cleaned. You know, I'm using is because I told you that present simple we use is, are, am, and the participle. So the office is cleaned every day. Somebody cleaned, simple past. Somebody cleaned the office yesterday. So again, the office is my object. So I make it subject. I say the office. Because it is simple past, the rule for simple past is that I use was or were. And of course the participle. So the office was cleaned yesterday. Yeah, the office was cleaned. And that is why you hear people talking a lot of English and say, yeah, we were given. We were told. Have you heard people saying like that? We were told. We were told is passive, meaning someone told us. So it's going to be we were told. We are not the one who said, but we received the information. Anyway, this was just an illustration. This is not the real explanation now. Now the passive, present simple passive is always am, is, are. If it is a negative sentence, of course you put not, plus the past participle. Past participle can be cleaned, all this, you know the past participle we did another day, that for you to learn the present perfect, you need the past participle. Past participle, like for example, go. Past tense of go is what? Went. And then participle is what? Gone. So we are using this, we are using gone. We are not using went, we are not using go. We are using the participle gone. All passives, you need to put the passive participle. So what about the simple past? The simple past is Was for passive or were for plural. Was singular, were for plural. If it's a negative sentence, not. And then past participle as well. So the past participle of regular verbs, of course, you know that we have two types of verbs. We have regular verbs and we have irregular verbs. Regular are those that end in ed, ed, ed. Irregular are those that keep changing. They don't follow a pattern. So this is an example. Butter is made from milk. By who? By the companies, isn't it? Oranges are imported into Britain. Oranges are imported into Britain. So see, oranges are imported, are imported. Are imported is passive. Who imports them? I don't know, maybe businessmen. How often are these rooms cleaned? All these are passives. I am never invited to parties. This house was built. This house was built 100 years ago. By who? Maybe by the government. The houses were built. You see, were built. Were and the participle built is also passive. These houses were built 100 years ago. When was the telephone invented? We were not invited to the party last week. Was anybody injured in the accident? Yes, 2 people were taken to hospital, isn't it? Yeah. Now, next. Let me take you back again. Let me take you back. So remember, we have agreed that for simple past, we use was or were. So supposing I have an active sentence like this. Famajo bought a car. Assuming we're not Famajo, someone, just someone bought
Teacher, you learn to share with us.
Yes. Yes.
We can't see the.
Oh, I have not shared. Okay, sorry. I didn't press the share. How about now?
Yes, we can see.
You can see it.
Yes.
Someone bought a car. You know, someone bought a car is simple past. Someone bought a car, maybe yesterday or last week. So this one is an active sentence because someone bought. So someone is a subject. It is the one that did the action. It's an active. How do I make this passive? So I start with a car, which is my object. And then I say a car. Sorry. A car. I cannot say a car bought somebody. Even Shaitan will laugh. If I say a car bought someone, it will be funny. It will be very funny. I have to make bought. So I'll say a car. A car is one, isn't it? So a car was bought. A car was bought, just like that. I cannot say by someone because it's not a human being. Someone is that you don't specify. But if it was like Abdi bought a car, I'll say a car was bought by Abdi. So, but in this case, if there's no person, you simply say a car was bought. A car was bought. Shukri killed a cockroach. Cockroach. You have cockroach in your place, really? No, I know you do. Shukri's kitchen is very clean. Shukri killed a cockroach. You know a cockroach? So cockroach is our object. So I'll say a cockroach. A cockroach. My mouse is jumping up and down. A cockroach. A cockroach. Now killed is simple past. So the rule is for simple past, I have to use was and then participle, of course. Yes. A cockroach was killed. Of course, now Shukri is here. So by Shukri, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Yeah, like that. Another example. Abdallah bought bananas. Abdallah bought bananas. So again, Abdallah is a subject because it is starting, and Abdallah is active sentence because Abdallah is the one that did the action. So the passive is going to be bananas. And then bought is simple past. So, oh, bananas is plural. So I'll say bananas were bought. Bananas were bought. Bananas were bought. Bananas were bought. By who? By Abdallah. Yes, by Abdallah. So I think now we have a small idea what passive is all about, especially for these two tenses for today: simple present and simple past. Let us go back. Let's now go back. Now, part C is something that many people normally confuse. The verb born. You know, born is always in passive. Say, I was born in Gurihel. I was born in Garwe. I was born in Kijika. I was born in Ale. I was born in Bosaso. I was born in Desmarep. I was born. People say like that. Why do they say I was born? Because the person who did the action is not you. The person who did the action is who? Oh, yeah, that is the person who did the action. That is why we normally say I was born, because object. You have to always, anything born is always passive because you are not the one who gave birth to yourself. Somebody else did that. It's not you who did that one. So were born. So I was born in Berlin in 1993. You see, I was born. Some people say I born. I'm surprised those people say I born. I born in Kalapetafo. I born. No, I born. Are you the one who deliver? No, it's not you who did the work. I was born because somebody else is the one that did that job. It's not you. So I was born. So I was born in Berlin in 1993. Where were you born? Yes. Not where are you born? And you know it has to be past also. Was because it is a time in the past. You cannot say I am born. You cannot say I am born. You are born now. Oh, not possible. I am born is like every day. So I was actually born. I was born. Part D is just telling you what I have told you. If you want to tell us who did that action, we use by. You see, the telephone was invented by Alexander Bell. You see, the telephone was invented. You see, was invented by Alexander Bell. I was bitten by a dog. So that meaning the dog is the one that's responsible for that action. Do you like these paintings? They were painted by a friend of mine. So by is the doer telling us the person who did the work. Just like the examples I've been giving you. Food was cooked by Yasin. This car was bought by Abdallah. You see that? Yes. All those are passive sentences. Means you take the object and then you make it the subject. And then, of course, you follow the rule. If it is simple present, use is, are, am, and the participle. If it is present continuous, which you're going to see later, it is, am, are plus being, like that. So let's now look at the work here. Write sentences from these words. Some of the sentences are questions. The office clean every day. When you see every day, it's simple present. So the office is cleaned every day because it's present simple. And because it is the office is singular. So you have to say is. How often these rooms clean? Again, often, meaning how many times? Repeat. So how often are these rooms? Are because the rooms are many. Glass make from sand. So you say glass Glass is made. Participle of make is what? Made. So glass is made from sand. Yeah, see number 4, try.
For the windows clean every 2 weeks. The windows, are cleaned
Yeah, very
every
good.
2
Because
weeks.
windows is plural. So the windows are, and then cleaned, participle, are cleaned every 2 weeks. Present simple, isn't it? Are cleaned.
Yeah.
Cleaned, are cleaned. Abdallah, this room not used very much.
These rooms are not used.
Not are, because this room is one.
This room
Mhm.
is not. Wait. This room
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
isn't our name.
This room?
This room is. I think are not.
No, it cannot be R, surely. Room. This room is one. If it was these rooms, then you would say R, but now this room.
This room is
This room is not used.
not used.
Yeah,
It's
is not used.
here.
Yeah, participle of used is not used very much. Shukri, 6. We allow.
Okay. Yeah, we allowed to back here. Are we allowed to back here?
Ayawai. Are we allowed? By who? By the government. Are we allowed to park here? Yes. 7. How this word pronounced? You say, how is this word pronounced? So I want you to try this. This one is simple past now. The office cleaned yesterday. So this one is simple past. So the office was cleaned. Why am I saying was cleaned? Because you see it's yesterday. And then the office is one. So I have to say was because office is one. If it was offices, you'll say the offices were cleaned. Back to Yasin, number 9.
Number what?
Number 9.
Number 9.
Yes.
Number 9. The house was painted last month.
Was painted. Was painted.
Was painted, yeah. Was painted last month.
Yes, Abdallah. Abdallah.
Yes, teacher.
My phone stole a few days ago.
My phone was still.
My phone?
My phone was stolen.
My phone was stolen. Participle of steal. Participle of steal is stolen. And then because past, yeah. Because it is past, you have to say was, because you know phone is one. So my phone was stolen yesterday. My phone was stolen a few weeks ago. Yes.
My phone was stolen.
Shukri. 3 people in the accident.
Yeah. 3 people injured in the accident. 3 people were injured in an accident.
He said three people were injured. Don't forget the participle. There's no ing here. It's participle only. Ed or
ed, yeah.
Yeah. So 3 people were injured in the accident. Homework. Try number 12 up to number 15. Now, 21.2. These sentences are not correct. Correct them. Number 1. This house built 100 years ago. You cannot say this house built. You say this house was built. Are you together? So when you see ago, it's past tense. So this house was built. So I need to try number 2. Number 2 up to number 8. So try this and this. Do this homework in your exercise book. When you finish, take a very nice picture of what you have done and send to my WhatsApp. Okay, Abdullah?